Hello, my name is Chung Kim, and I am involved in Sangji University, which is located in Wonju, South Korea. Today's presentation is about the effect of project-based learning according to real-time and non-real-time online class types on the environment of creativity, convergence, competency, and emotional intelligence. Table of contents is like this: introduction, research method, results, and discussion. First, introduction. Introduction. The typical teaching method in universities is face-to-face, where professors and students meet face-to-face. However, from 2020, due to the COVID-19 situation, domestic universities have completely switched to distance education, and research is being conducted in the theoretical and practical aspects according to the classroom environment in higher education. Since the 1970s, each university has been conducted distance education in full through Korea National Open University and Cyber University. However, from 2020 to 2021, due to COVID-19, the active introduction of distance education at all universities was not initiated by educational need at the level of higher education. Based on the analysis in the non-cognitive aspect, research and discussion at the academic and practical level are necessary. Due to the COVID-19 situation, various forms of distance education were conducted at universities, and learners had to adapt to different non-face-to-face classes through the newly created online education environment. However, even in such a situation, the potential creativity of university students must be improved. And in order to effectively utilize the creativity development strategy that can be suppressed in a general classroom environment, the instructor must also consider the non-cognitive aspects of the online environment. So the real-time class and non-real-time classes are being applied in the also secondary education. So this result can be applied to the secondary education situation well. Higher education is actively seeking practical strategies to nurture creative convergence talent, and the college students creatively solve problems by convergence of various knowledge and information through convergent thinking, and lead a new paradigm by creating ultimate future value. There's a demand for development into creative convergence talents who can do this. This to the end, we have creative leadership that respects and emphasizes with creative abilities and personalities and the opinions of others, and creates high-quality creative outputs through flexible communication and collaboration. It is necessary to develop creative convergence competences that can create value. Considering the linkage with secondary education in such a higher education situation, creative classes should be conducted through effective distance education, while safely protecting students from the COVID-19 situation. Accordingly, this study attempts to compare and analyze the differences in creative convergence, competency, and emotional intelligence of college students according to real-time class and non-real-time online classes. And the following research questions were established. Theoretical background is like this. Online education is divided into real-time education and non-real-time education. In real-time education, there may be problems with the communication environment, but the biggest advantage is that communication between the instructor and the learner is free, and questions and answers can be answered immediately. Since free communication between instructors and learners is an important factor in college students' perception of good classes at universities, active interaction and flexible communication between instructors and learners, and between learners should be emphasized even if classes are conducted online. And this is the reason why the sense of presence in online education should be important. In order to improve the learning effect in online education, a platform that can communicate among class members is established, and classes that can communicate smoothly while feeling a sense of presence are creative, and also it should be done. Unlike non-real-time online education, the recent system that can provide real-time online education using Zoom or WebEx enables immediate interaction between participants, and questions and feedback are immediately provided for team discussion and discussion in an online environment. Specific activities such as project implementation, etc., can be carried out. Among the competencies emphasized in the post-coronavirus era, in order to improve high-order thinking, such as creativity and convergence, various participation and activities of learners should be the basis. However, in this aspect, it is necessary to promote the potential creativity of individual learners through real-time online education, and to enable flexible interactions that require the exchange and sharing of diverse and original opinions among learners with the various majors and inclinations. In this way, it is required to have the ability and disposition to think creatively and to connect and apply what has been learned in various situations. Therefore, it is necessary to nurture the creative convergence competency of college students through creative convergence education that focuses not only on learners' acquisition of subject knowledge, but also on the qualitative improvement of learners' learning experiences and developmental processes. On the other hand, emotional intelligence can help students acquire new information, which can improve academic achievement. In other words, positive emotions are needed in various learning situations, and the education to manage these emotions should be conducted. In particular, studies since the late 2020s, 2000s suggested that positive emotions in online education are the psychological basis for changes in cognition and behavioral, and can promote learners' self-directed learning. These research results show that there should be management and training in the emotional aspect in the academic aspect of college students after the COVID-19 situation. However, the discussion on the role of emotional intelligence in the domestic online education environment is insufficient, and studies on the effect of emotional intelligence according to the real-time online education, which are more emphasized in online education due to COVID-19 situation, are insufficient. After the COVID-19 situation, university education that can improve creativity and problem-solving ability through online education should be conducted. Research questions are like this. First research question is, what is the effect of creative problem-solving classes according to real-time online classes and non-real-time online classes on the improvement of creative convergence competency of college students? Research question second. What is the effect of creative problem-solving classes according to real-time online classes and non-real-time online classes on the emotional intelligence improvement of college students? Second, research method. Subject is like this. For 15 weeks in a semester at University A, 47 people in the experimental group received real-time online education in the subject of creative problem solving, and 48 in the control group received non-real-time online education in the same subject. The following table first presents the background variables of the study subjects. So experimental group is like this. Male students are 25, female students are 22. And the majors are humanity, social science, business, nature science, engineering, and art and physical science. So according to the major departments, the roughly even number of students are involved in this experimental group as well as in the control group. Tests are like this. First test is creativity convergence competency test. The sub-factors are creative ability, creative personality, creative leadership, convergent thinking, and convergent value creation. So all of the question items are 59. Emotional intelligence is like this: self-awareness, recognition of others' emotions, emotional expression, empathy, emotional regulation, emotional use, interpersonal skill. So all numbers of questions is like this: 4633444. So students, all of the students needed to answer these questions of 2 tests. Class plan is like this. So from first week to 7th week, creative problem solving basics are being taught for the students. And in the 8th week is for midterm presentation. And from 9th week to 14th week, creative problem solving in-depth class. So After this creative problem solving in depth, 15th week is for final term presentation. So this class has no tests, no writing class, no writing tests. All of the students need to give their presentations in the midterm period and the final term period. So this class plan is also divided into two. First phase of the class is about the basic. Second phase of the class is in-depth for creative problem solving. So for this semester's class plan, students can be learned for creative problem solving. So while taking this lecture, this research paper has a question about whether the students can improve their creativity convergence competency and emotional intelligence, because they have to make their own team and they have to collaborate with others with fluent communication. And also their final purpose is to solve their problems in a creative way. Third is results. So as you can see this slide, table 5 and table 6, according to the tests, the pre-test result is like this. So p-value is like this. So the two groups have the same level of creativity convergence competency and emotional intelligence. As you can see this slide, table 7 and table 8 show post-test of this test results. So if you see the p-value in creative personality, creative leadership, convergent thinking, convergent value creation, and creativity convergence competency, the two groups have the differences. And as you can see in the table 8, p-value is different in the subfactors in recognition of other people's emotions, emotional expression, empathy, interpersonal skills, and emotional intelligence. As a result of the pretest of creativity convergence competency and emotional intelligence conducted before the experiment in the experimenter group and the control group, it was confirmed that there was homogeneity between the two groups. And as you can see, as I explained before, in the table 7 and in the table 8, in some subfactors of two tests, two groups have differences. Fourth, discussion. First, in the real-time online class, there were significant differences from those in the real-time online class in the sub-factors of creativity convergence competency and the total creativity convergence competency except for creative ability. These results show that since the instructor's realistic class has a positive effect on the learner's academic achievement, the instructor's positive feedback, encouragement, support help them to better understand the learning content and improve the contents. It is analyzed that it can be applied effectively. Therefore, it suggests that real-time online classes are more effective than non-real-time online classes in improving the creativity convergence competency of college students when project classes are run according to the school situation. Second, there was no significant difference between the real-time online class and the non-real-time online class in creative ability, but the average score had an improvement effect in the two groups, in the post-test rather than in the pre-test. This shows that online education environment had a lower sense of realism compared to face-to-face learning environment. But it was possible to improve the creative ability by exchanging lecture contents, non-real-time feedback, and the comments and memos between learners. Considering this, it has been found that non-face-to-face classes are not without improvement effect when it comes to cultivating imagination or originality. Therefore, when conducting a project by team, regardless of the type of real-time or non-real-time online class, the instructor's teaching ability and the ability to design and operate project-based learning can become more important factors. Third, it was found that it was possible to recognize the emotions of others and express their emotions in real-time online classes, and to improve interpersonal skills through empathy among team members. This is because non-real-time online classes enable open learning regardless of time and place, but it is difficult to make human contact. However, although there was an improvement in the average score between the two groups in emotion regulation and emotional utilization, the results showed no significant difference, indicating a positive effect of the team project in the online class. Although it is a non-real-time class, appropriate emotions are needed when learning knowledge and procedures and performing projects while exchanging comments or notes between instructors and learners or between learners. And online classes are also effective in controlling and utilizing these emotions. Thank you for listening to my presentation.